do with this single because it's going on a year since we recorded this song, "The Punisher," featuring me and Caleb Bishop. We finna go into a year anniversary on the 30th, so I'm trying to get them streams up. I know a lot of people are sharing and showing a lot of love. I'm trying to get up the 30K before the 30th, and you know what I mean? Because the 30th, 30K, you know. I think that works good together like that. You know what I mean? We live on our podcast side. We live on IBP Media Group on YouTube. Go ahead and follow us right now. Subscribe on the podcast side, and we live on Twitter right now too. You know what I mean? Go ahead and put in the Joker 9E. You know what I mean? On Twitter, go ahead and follow on Twitter right now. We live and direct and doing what we do. You know what I mean? We also have the Queen in the building. You know what I'm saying? V Green the Queen, here doing what it do. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with ya? What's
I'm,
new?
I'm recuperating, man. I was in a house with Ravens and Bills fans, man. Oh man. When I tell you when the Bills won yesterday,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
My cousin has a rooftop patio. We and some other women went out on the patio and started screaming, hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
man.
was definitely a good game. We got our stuff together real quick in the second. I knew we were gonna do it in the second half. We're a second half team, so I knew that we was gonna get our stuff together. I knew we was gonna do what it do.
Man,
So
bro,
that was
that's what I
cool.
said. My
Yeah,
my my one girlfriend said it was 2020, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking like I'm thinking to myself that 2020 means something. And then she said, "I don't know, it's something about that 2020." And then I turned to the one guy who was a Ravens fan. I said, y'all not getting no more points, don't you? You know it's over from here. Don't
yeah,
you?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just letting you know.
Once we get the opportunity, once we get the opportunity to get the lead and get the ball and control the clock at the same time, oh, it's a done deal.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's all we
we
needed.
we we
That's
we we,
all we needed.
we mastered that. We mastered that on the regular. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, definitely. We here live on 514onlinemix.com, doing what we do. Um, we gonna get right into the question of the day real quick. A lot of people been
Yeah.
asking me, for 2023, what is the main thing to do for 2023? And amazingly, you know, it's always the same thing I'm always teaching, but I think this is a power move for a lot of the artists, business owners in that level. And I'm a pick out three things that we can do to be better in 2023 on this digital world. And before I do that, I got to definitely salute you, V Green the Queen. You taught me some things. You taught me about the reels. I've been doing reels, but I didn't know that you can do a campaign on reels.
As
So
long
I
as
did
there's
it.
no mm-hmm.
And what I like about it is because I had another ad just got done off a post. They'll let you know this is crazy. They'll let you know uh how many people seen that reel versus your post that I did an ad for that wasn't following me.
Mm-hmm.
And my targets, they let me know, and they let me know what percentage of my target is out of 100%. And they told me I'm at excellent right now. You know what I mean? That's the highest you can go is great. I'm at excellent. That's the one down. They said I'm excellent right now. I'm at 80% of my targets. That's organic to where I'm not wasting time using that ad, and they actually engaging and sharing and showing that. So I got solution on that because I never knew that you can do that. I found it. I said, okay, yeah, this is what the V Green the Queen was saying. I said, let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and just try this out and test the waters. And I test the waters, and look at here, that joint right there,
Yeah.
yo,
That's my
awesome,
favorite thing to do is make
awesome.
reels. I was trying to make one this morning But my connection is just horrible, and then I switch phone carriers. It's just a mess. So coming
Yeah,
soon when I
yeah,
get back,
yeah.
you'll see.
It did excellent. It did. I'm at the excellent level, and they let you know when you're going down. Let you know you're getting weak on your audience.
Hmm.
Everything stopped popping up. All the new characters start popping up on there. Let me know, what I can do better. They give me notes how I can do better. You know what I'm saying? In that segment part of the IG. And
Hmm.
they'll let you in there, got it set up too where you could connect to it just popped up at the bottom. I don't know if you've seen it. You can connect to any social media now.
Yeah, what I did notice over the last maybe week or so is that when you are trying to go from other platforms to Instagram or anything that's owned by Meta, they
Yeah.
don't necessarily allow you. There's like a huge watermark there. I don't know if you guys have seen it or if you're active on TikTok, but I do know that when you don't really want to post from one platform to another because of the watermark, and
Yeah.
it slows down your engagement. But I did
Oh.
notice that when I tried to just post to my stories a TikTok reel, well, not a reel, a
Mhm.
TikTok video,
Video? Yeah.
yeah, into my stories, it like blocked me. I don't know what happened. So that's something
Mm.
new. They're all competing with each other, but yeah,
Yeah.
those insights are real. I like them as well because
Y
it'll tell you
mm.
where your engagement is up or down. It's
Yeah.
good to check it weekly because it'll show you your numbers. If you go in there, ecstasy in your insights, it'll show either an arrow down or an arrow up. It'll show
Y
either a red arrow down or red arrow up with your number of engagements. Also, it'll show you the number of accounts you were able to touch in a given period of time. Like I
Mhm.
think I touched close to 15,000 accounts in the month of September alone. So
Mhm.
that was good for me, because I
Yeah.
wanted to go up, even though you may not get, all of those followers or fans. At least you got to make an impact on something you did they liked. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
always looking for, that organic growth. My
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
page is all organic. Even though I do
Yeah.
do the ads, that's just because Instagram is only going to allow you to post so much and not pay. You know what I mean? You're
Right.
investing in yourself.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's still organic.
Once they see you doing like they was really excited about me doing an ad on a post, and I was doing an ad on the reels. So they was like, um, he said that's excellent that I'm doing that. It had like a note thing flashed up like the window. Said that that's excellent that I'm doing that because what I'm doing is I'm not just boosting my algorithm up. They said I'm also boosting the engines up to where it's going to continue to run even though that ad is done because you're using two different things that's moving. So when I am posting, that's also boosting more people on the, strolling side. They'll still put it up, even though it's not a sponsor, they'll still put it up and let other people see it. That's not my friend. That's connected to, like, somebody else. Like, for example, if you always on my page and you always clicking on it, they're gonna make sure your friends, 5 to 60% of your friends see a lot of my content as much as they're seeing your content. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Ecstasy in the building.
Hi, friend.
Okay. Yeah.
For
You
seeing
talking
your
that?
content.
Yeah.
I
That
might
you
be messing up algorithms, but you guys aren't.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
you
yeah.
aren't messing them up. Just
Yeah, you ain't
just
messing
that
up. You
posting.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just having fun what you're doing and it's working because at the same time that we're sharing and we're tagging you know what I'm saying, it's keeping you balanced a little bit. So you ain't messing up. You ain't messing nothing up. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You have a certain your algorithm is a little different. That's all. Everybody's
My
algorithm is a little
following has gone down, guys.
yeah. You good. You good.
I'm
Especially
upset about my stories. My normal stories are
yeah,
not what they used to be.
yeah.
And I
It,
know
Mine either.
that's
Mine
okay.
it
either.
feels
It
like that
That's
goes.
though.
okay.
I'm trying to learn more about that part because I'll be like, okay, I do good for like 6 or 7 to 8 days. Then like next 5 days it'd be suspect. Yeah, like I mean, what's going on? Like like
You you
what
know
I'm
what it
doing wrong.
is?
Yeah, but it's nothing we're doing wrong. It's just how it's how the reset and the data is catching up from everybody else that you're sharing or you're seeing, or you clicking on more stuff than what you're posting because you loving other people's stuff, and that's cool. And it slow down a little bit just to catch up. And when it once it get back to that rhythm again, it's a wrap. You know what I
You,
mean?
you know what I think it is about the stories, and this is just my take. I really don't know, but I noticed that my story views went down drastically as well. Sometimes what I noticed are two things. When I don't post to my stories for a while, and then I post like a really great picture or really good content, maybe it's a picture of myself or just something that's very eye-catching, it
Hmm.
boosts my story views up. So I'll go from maybe
Yeah,
15 to over
yeah,
100. I've had that happen
yeah. I
before.
noticed that too. I know
Yeah,
I
but
know
the
my
the
story's been
stories is
suspect the
different.
past 3, 4 days, especially this weekend. Um, you know what I mean?
Horrible.
It went down a lot. I used to get like close to 30 to 40 to 50 people viewing the stories. Now I'm averaging like 10 to 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Then you get them spammer
Right.
scammers up in there. They really some spammer scammers. As long as you don't click on them, they help you out. As long as you don't click on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you know
I
what I'm
answer
saying?
them when they are on my regular page, but not in my stories. And I
Stories,
get a lot.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, I
don't
get
click
a
them on
lot
the
of.
story. It'll definitely slow you down.
Yeah.
But
So
when they just in
did
there,
you
that's cool.
sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
That you said that okay, because I use the Facebook because that's my following. So
Mhm.
I'm converting into Instagram. I'm
Okay,
trying to get people to start following me on Instagram, the
okay.
same people that follow me on Facebook.
Mhm.
But did you
It's
say
hard to
something
fix.
about
Mhm.
when you
Scammer,
post a
scammer.
story to Facebook, how it goes over to Instagram? That's
Mhm.
not good.
No,
I mean,
that's good.
It's not
it's
good to
good,
have that
but
set up, or it is.
the best way to do for that is don't connect Facebook to IG. Connect IG to Facebook. Would that make sense?
So how do I
Yeah.
undo it?
Um, on your Facebook side, still have your IG connected, but just don't have it connected to your story. You got to go to your Let me think now. Let me think for a minute. I think you got to go into settings, and then settings. It should be a insight link to your Instagram, and they'll tell you do would you allow Facebook to connect your IG. Click that off on your
Okay.
Facebook side, but on your
Okay.
Instagram side, click that one on, so your Instagram will go into Facebook. Make sense? It's complicated a little bit.
Yeah,
Don't let your
mine's is a
Facebook
little
go
different.
into IG. Let the IG go
So
into
that
Facebook.
I can start posting on IG and then Facebook people will see it.
They still will see it. Yeah.
So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm
So
saying? It's just
note
going to
to
be in
self.
it's gonna be in the IG form. That's all. Like some of the characters that's on Facebook, you might not be able to see because it's on the IG side, which is better because if they click it on Facebook, they're gonna automatically see your page and then they can follow automatic. They click on your name, they can click on follow. The
But
follow button
see,
pop up and then they'll follow
Facebook's
you.
got my
Yeah.
my ones that I use all the time, which are working. That's the
Yeah.
only problem because they're working. We know
Mhm.
they're working because we're
Oh
doing
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Facebook stories have always been better than my Instagram stories. So on Facebook, I get a over 50 usually in my Facebook, but my Instagram stories I have not always gotten the engagement from my Instagram stories, but I
Mhm.
do get it on my Instagram page versus my Facebook stories. I get a lot of engagement and
Right.
not as much. But I don't know. I use Facebook more because I know people like that. That's my personal. That's
Right.
what I use Facebook for
Yeah.
in the
Right. Right.
advertising.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. You know what I mean? But now on the top three things that is good for 2023, and this is banger. I talked to a couple of my mentors. I got a mentor meeting this weekend. We didn't have one this past week. We used to do it in the beginning of the month, but they canceled it. But and and I also got some good news I got to tell people. Also too after this, you know what I mean. I'm very excited. But anyway, the top thing that you can do for 2023 is email blasts is off the chain. Email blasts. How to get an email? Anybody that's following you that you're not following back, you can click on their page. And they got their emails and stuff in their description. You can take that email, write it down. You can click on there where they got their phone numbers, and then you can get the email on that. You can go onto their music or business page. They have their emails on their business page. You can get the emails from there, write them down, make a list, get a notebook, have nothing but emails. And if once you get up to 15 or 20 emails, you can do a blast on a BCC. Do not, I repeat, do not, I will repeat again, do not get an email blast app. Don't do that because what's going to happen is a lot of them major companies that you really want to get a hold to, they're going to think it's spam and then they will not get the email. You know what I mean? They will not get the email. You know what I mean? Um, um, I don't know why he's trying to call me. I'm live. I'm on air. We can't do this now.
Right.
So don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Don't get those accounts on those apps because like you would definitely, you know what I'm saying, shoot yourself in the foot in that area. You know what I mean? They will shoot yourself in your foot and you won't be able to get the people you want to get. So when you do it manually on a BCC, I know it's some work because I just did the email blast yesterday and I did 50. I did 50 to 60. And then typing it in there. So once you type it in once, it's gonna say. So you go back to that list again, you go to 3 or 4 letters, it's gonna pop up that you already saved. You just click on it, make it go a little faster. But once you go that one round, you good, and you can always do an email blast on your podcast, on the link to the YouTube, to the link to the app, to the link to 514 Online Mix, and everything. So I'm in process of doing um an ad, family ad in November. I want to do a family ad for, what I'm saying, Think and Grow podcast. I want to do one for I'll do a small one for that, like I'm gonna do like a 6 day ad. I'm gonna do a 6 day ad for the Evening Rush Network. I'm gonna do a 6 day ad for 514 Online Mix, but I'm gonna do it on an overlap. I'm gonna do 5 days, and within the third day, I'm gonna do another ad. I'm gonna have an overlap across the
Mhm.
board so them algorithms can bounce back to everybody's page to where people might not see your page right away, but they're gonna see see my show and you on that show, but your link will still be in the pocket so where they can still get it. So they're not gonna miss it. They're gonna always see, you know what I'm saying? And then hopefully 90% of the time they would see your ad twice and see mine once and vice versa to where they're gonna be like, okay, I'm seeing too much of this. I got to click on this. So that's my strategy of what I want to do for November, first week of November, and do that for all my fellow podcast peers. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And thinking of Think and Grow, I will be on the show with you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Looking forward to
Tomorrow
it.
at 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
Y'all tune in. I'm gonna be pumping that and let all my people know it do what it do. And I know a lot of people gonna be tuning in a little bit, and I know some people be watching the awards, the BET awards, but I know they're gonna be going back and forth with it. But it's
Uh,
cool. You
you
know
can
what I'm
always
saying?
watch the replay. It's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Evening
I
Rush
watch
Network.
the replay. We can talk about it in the morning on the show and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much that's one of them is the email blast. The number two thing you can do is like we just talked about. Don't be afraid to do a dollar ad at least 15 days, once a month. You know what I mean? And know your audience. And you know what I'm saying? And if you don't know your audience, try it out to figure out your audience. Because if you do like a 15-day ad once a month, I believe by the third month you're gonna have an idea what your audience is, and you could just go from there. You got to start from somewhere. You just can't sit back and just post, and do reels and posts. That's cool, you know what I mean. But you're reaching people. You're meeting a lot of people doing your reels that is not following you. But if you're doing an ad on top of that, on top of you doing that, do you know how many people that you can average off and get followers that's actually a fan that you don't even know that's a fan, that anything you post up, they're sharing on their end. And if you go to your insights, I think every other month they tell you how many people shared every other month. I think one of my mentors said that
On
that's every
Instagram,
other
you can
month thing.
see within
Yeah.
24 hours you can see on Instagram. And I just that reminded me to look at the insights, especially when I'm on Instagram and I get a post or a reel that really takes off, that is really catching to people. I like
Mhm.
to see how many people liked it. I mean, not only liked it, shared it and saved it, because those things count as well.
Right, right. And then another thing I noticed too is that I got from one of my other mentors that I talked to on some marketing. He has said that, um 'cause I told him that, "Me and you always conversate on this, and I know you see certain different things on your end and my end," and I asked him why. He said, "Because even though we have the app, it's a different level of apps, of different updates,
Mm.
because the updates now adapting to what you do." I said, "Okay, that makes sense."
Wow, that does make sense.
And I'm like, "Okay,"
Wow.
'cause I want, like, 'cause when you be talking, you be like, "You see this,
So the
you see
app
this."
in itself has its own algorithms.
Yeah, the app itself has an algorithm that follows like it's a data memory. You know what I mean? It's a data memory of what you're doing. You know what I mean? And um, told him I'm live. I
Let
can't do
me
this.
ask you guys,
Um,
there's different dashboards also. Which dashboard are you using? I think for my podcast page, I might be using the creator dashboard. And
okay.
then the other one I'm using professional. There's different dashboards.
Yeah, I see that. And I thought that was, that's why I asked those questions. I thought those was like for different levels that you want to use. That's what I thought.
Mhm.
But um, I use the now, this is crazy. When I was doing ads on Facebook, I was using the creator dashboard. On IG, I'm using the business, the professional dashboard because of the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's under podcast radio. And then also I'm also under on my other page, I'm under artists, but it's under one app. So I'm seeing two different things that I'm doing going by how I'm using it. So when he
Yeah.
told me that it's adapting how you're using it to the energy and your vibe of what you're doing, it adapts to you. That's why I know why I can't see what you're seeing and you can't see what I'm seeing. We see most of the things we see, but a lot of things I don't see that what you're saying because you have a different relationship with the
Dashboard.
app than I do.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine now. So on my podcast page on Instagram, I actually have the professional dashboard.
Okay.
And then on my personal Vet Green page, I have a creator, because that's basically what I'm doing. You see, I don't really put too much about the podcast on my Vet Green page. I'll post it in my stories,
Hmm.
but I'm more of a creator. I'm creating reels and things of that nature. I just decided to separate them out because then I can see who I'm actually hitting, because
Hmm.
there's a
Right.
different audience on both pages. The same audience, unless they really like my content and they've been with
Mhm.
me for a while. The
Right.
people that are on my podcast page and my Vet Green page, that have been they've been with me for a while, like since I've been
Mm.
doing this. So
Right.
I have some crossover there, but for the most part, on my podcast page, the majority of the people that I'm following, and the people who are following me, are podcasters or
Right.
businesses. So
Right.
I
Right.
use the professional page, but if I'm basically creating on my Vet Green page, so that's why I use the creator dashboard, because it gives me more insights
Oh,
based
okay.
on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
content that I post on the
That
page.
makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense. Yeah.
using professional.
You use a
On
professional. Okay. Okay. So that's why. That's why everything you post, Exity, is moved a little quicker than you doing a post. Your stories move quicker than your post because I noticed that when I share one of your stories, I'm getting more people on my end seeing things because it's moving real quick. You know, you might not
Mhm.
see it on your end, but like if V Green go ahead and share it, she probably see more of your content and more people on your end off of that because of what she's doing. And it pretty much it has a relationship. It bounces back and forth. I like that. That's cool. Now I know why. Now I understand. Cause I'm like, why I'm not seeing this and why I'm not but I see this. This is cool, but I'm not seeing this. And I be like, I want to see what V Green doing. I want to that's it. I'm excited. I want to see that. But then it's different. He was like, nah, she has a different relationship with the app
Yeah.
than you do. You know what I mean? And she's not going to see a lot of things. She might want to see a lot of things you doing, but she can't because I have a different relationship with the app. I want to see a
Yeah.
lot of things what Ecstasy's doing, but she has a different relationship with the app.
I want both
Everybody
of
has
you to see what I'm doing.
right. So like and at first I thought I was doing something wrong and I thought it was messing up some things. So I was like, okay, cool. That's what's up. It made a lot of sense. He broke it down to me. Shout out to my man Keith. He good people. You know what I mean? Yeah, he good people. He's a good marketing manager. And so yeah, definitely that. And then number three that a lot of them need to do with 2023 is, and we don't have this problem. Build a circle of people that you have a relationship with where y'all can just share each other's stuff on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
That thing
Hmm.
works like crazy. And don't be afraid to go live once or twice a week with those fellow people. And that's what
Yeah.
we do. You know what I mean? And that helps out the algorithms. It helps out to see more people, the crossover of my people to your people that can follow each other. Then they can follow each other. If we can get, say that me and V live on IG, if I can get one of my people to follow your people, you know what it does for us? It boosts our algorithms up to their people, both our crossover, to see it goes up to 50%. I mean, Keith broke that down. If I can get if I can get DJ Flipside to follow one of your people that's not following me, that boosts us up 50%, and you're going to see more insights on there, more people engaging and seeing your content when you do your creator funny videos, you know what I'm saying, that you be doing. That boosts us up. I'm like, word. I'm
Mhm.
like, wow. He said, yeah. He said, that's
I-
why it's important to go live consistently every week. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense too. So I've been learning a lot. I've been learning a lot the past 2 weeks on different things. IG that actually has characters that's better than Twitter and that's better than TikTok in a way. You know what I mean? So that's something that's something to really I like that. I like that. You know what I mean?
It's,
I
I
put my
guess that's why it's important to
awesome.
look at those insights so you can see who likes your stuff and the type of content that you're putting out there. I did notice on the Facebook side that I've gotten a lot of friend requests, and it's because of Ecstasy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people that and
Mhm.
it's musicians I've
Mhm.
noticed
Yeah.
they're following. Yeah, I've
Yeah, a lot
gotten
of them follow
probably
me.
about five or six. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay,
they be blowing my inbox up. They
yeah.
give me all types of music, man. I say to a lot of people, I'm sorry, I don't mean no harm, but I'm a busy man. I don't have time to listen to music all day. I really don't. My thing on that I tell artists, do this. Hit me up and build a relationship with me. And then once we build that relationship, I look forward to listen to your music. It's different in the game. One of my other mentors that told me a couple of days ago, demos is dead.
Mm,
You
mm,
know what I'm saying? Physical demos might still be in effect, depends what situation you in, but 90% of demos, digital demos and stuff like that, unless you have an EBK. That's why I pushed that EBK last week. It was EBK week last week. That's why I pushed that to artists. If you got to have an EBK, if you really want somebody to listen to your music and know about you, do an EBK. I'm gonna put a link up this week um, on probably on the Wednesday show. because Dirt Taker be on Wednesdays, and I want to put a link in there where you can get a professional EPK. And this guy that does it that I was talking to, he is amazing. He make your EPK look like a movie.
Mm.
He do a 5 to 8 minute video EBK, and it keeps you interested the whole 8 minutes to where you're gonna be like, okay, what does dude do next? It's very, it flashes up the pictures, what I'm saying, the music playing in the background, a narrator in the background tell you about the artist. You can use any voice you want to use, female voices. You can have a voice, a newscast type of voice. You can use a podcast type of voice, radio personality type of voice to do the talking for you about that art. It's so amazing what he does, and he got a price. He got a half off now. Average EPK costs about 1,100. He'll doing it for like 480 special for the whole month of October, and I'm gonna definitely put his link into um this Wednesday so everybody can click on it and check out what he does. And he's amazing with it. He does an EPK for like podcasters too. And I seen the one he did for one brother out of New York. I need to I need to pass this on to my fellow podcast peers because I'm thinking about doing the EPK on a pop-up show. And I think that could help out to do my email blasts, put that EPK in there so that I don't have to type nothing. I can just put the video in there. When they click on the link, or they click on the email, it plays automatic, and they can just sit there and watch it and see all about what I got going on. But he's awesome, and I'm definitely gonna put that link in. I think it's gonna help a lot of people out. You know what I mean? No
That's
doubt.
what's up. That's what's up.
I love
I
it.
like
You
that
guys are
idea
so
of the
great.
EBK. I'm actually gonna I don't I'm actually gonna try and create something on my own just because that's
Yeah, you're
again the
great.
creator part of me,
Yeah,
my vet
yeah.
green page. I'm gonna
That's in your veins, and you good at it
compile.
too. You
Yeah,
good. You
thank
good at
you.
if you get the right editing program to really get into your bag. Oh man, you will be a beast.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
I did a
we be
September
a
recap.
beast. You better yeah, look out for her. She doing
Yeah,
her
I did a
thing. Y'all better
September
stop.
recap yesterday. With I just used the logo because I
Yeah.
like I'm trying to do my page so it can be aesthetically
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay, it's okay. It's good.
so
I
I
got some
did
good
Sorry,
a
news.
guys.
I
September
got some good
recap.
news. Yeah, I'm
Trying to
still with the
fit. I
radio.
didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna spell some good news. I know y'all seen the post with Jacob Six and Diddy.
I saw it on Facebook with
Yeah,
Andrew.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
What is
But
going on?
it's okay. You good. You good. I got you. I got you muted. You good. You get it right. Um, Jacob hit me up in the inbox, like I said on the post that it's a lot of scammers and stuff. And when he hit me up different, and I'm like, this can't be a scammer because he didn't say that he heard my music. Because most people that come on there that work for Hot 97 or these interns, they be trying to make a little bag. I understand that work for these companies as interns. So, and he hit me up, came to me at me a little different. I'm like, okay. He didn't ask about my music. He asked that he listened to my music. Then I just gave him emoji heart, like, okay, appreciate kept it moving. Cause I'm like, all right, whatever. Then he hit me back up again. He was like, you know what, brother? I'm very interested of what you got going on. Can you send me links of your music and what you got going on?
Mm.
So when he said those things, me knowing the training of communication, I did that. I gave him the Spotify link because that's the number one thing that everybody look for. He didn't get Pacific, so I gave him that one. And I gave him all the background of what I'm doing with 514onlinemix.com. I gave him the links and stuff to the podcasts that I'm connected with you guys, and Evening Rush Network, and 514 Online Mix, and my pop up show with IBP Media. I gave him all of that, and I gave him the motion pictures of the album dropping in January. And he hit me back, and he was like, "That's what I'm talking about. You on your game." He said, he was like, "I'm gonna get back with you in a minute. Give me a minute." It's been about 10 minutes. I'm chilling in the bed, chilling. I'm relaxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm chillaxing, you know? And he hit me back up on the live on the FaceTime. And it was him. He said, "I got my fellow brother here. You see my page, who I work for." I said, "Yeah, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Management." And then here come Diddy put his face in there, and I'm like, "Oh Lord." He's like, "Yeah, brother." I said, "You don't stop, can't stop, man. You definitely doing what you're doing. I'm watching." He was like, he gave me some encouragement words. Um, he was like, I'm not here to blow sunshine up your ass. Pause. I'm just here to look for good talent and what people is doing because he got some things going on that he's working on, and he said you'll hear the announcements in the new year. But he said, but you on my radar and keep doing what you're doing, man. And I'm just humbled. And Jacob was following me. Jacob Six was following me, and Diddy was like, you notice that, you know, when you get off, we have a private. Everything we do is real private. So, because I told him I really wanted to take the video and share. He said, well, you ain't gonna be able to do that. Block. But he was like, but I'm here to just let you know we're here to, definitely see what you got going on, and I love what you got going on. And I don't say keep doing what you're doing. Just because I hit you up, don't stop what you're doing. Keep doing the same thing you're doing. Don't add nothing to it. Don't, and don't get discouraged. It's working because if I'm seeing it, all my fellow peers are seeing it. When he say fellow peers, is like the DJ Khaled's, the Yeezys, the Jay Z's, and you know what I mean. So I'm like, okay. I said, that's what's up, man. I said he was like, I see you got your shirt off because you chillaxing and everything. I didn't mean to interrupt what you was chilling, but I had to definitely give you these powerful words. I'm just doing what God want me to do, and this is what I'm doing. I appreciate you, bruh. And young brothers like you, I mean, I can tell you've been doing this for a while. I don't have to ask you no more questions. I could tell, me be doing this and being in the game for a long time. I could tell you've been doing this for a long time. And he's like, and he was like, that never die. And he was like, that never die is on my playlist, man. He was playing in the background. I said, that's what's up. And he was like, I said, DJ Payne one produced it. He said, yeah, I know about Payne. You know what I'm saying? I got some tracks from Payne before. And yeah, you definitely on the right track. And that was a good
That's what's up.
conversation with Diddy live on the Instagram FaceTime with Jacob Six
It's about not giving
executive.
up on your dream. That's what it's
Yeah,
about. Like
yeah.
if you believe in it enough, that's all that matters. Is you believing in it. That's what I tell myself. And sometimes, even as far as the podcast, like I'm about to go back to the drawing board again,
Yeah,
but this time, as I'm going back to the drawing board, I'm not starting from zero. I'm like way past zero. I'm
that's right. That's
way
right.
past
That's
50.
right. Right.
I'll go back as many times as I need to because it's my
Mhm,
dream. I don't expect anybody else to,
mhm.
buy in on my dream. You can come along because I believe that I'm going somewhere. I know like, man, God has a plan for me.
That's right.
Period.
That's right. It's
It's
made
my
just for you. Made just for you.
just
Nobody else but you.
okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You better say it again.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Don't make
Yeah.
me go crazy, guys.
Man.
And once you know your purpose, and once you know what you got going on, and you know your lane, it makes it so much easier. And long as you know what you got to be doing. Like I've been back to the drawing board plenty of times. I felt like you. I'm not starting at zero. I'm starting where it hit the wall at. That's all.
Mm,
You know what I
mm,
mean? And I'm just gonna figure out how to
mm.
get around this wall. I'm gonna have to change some things. I'm gonna have to change who I'm following. I'm gonna have to change who I have a relationship with. I'm gonna have to cut some folks off. I might have to add some people. I might have to, might have to do some things different to grow and to go to the next level. And you could, pretty much by the time you get to that drawing board, you pretty much know what you got to do. You just
Yeah.
manifest it from there and like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me change this. You know what I mean? And let me add something. Let me network more on building with others or something. Sometimes you got to do that. And I tell people, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to
I was
collab.
sitting here thinking that. That's
Yeah,
what it is. Cause like if you go back to my um podcast page, and even if you look me up on Anchor, Think and Grow with Vet Green, it is not, you can see how I've progressed from me from the beginning 2, 3 years ago up until now. You can hear the confidence that I had to get, and confidence came from repetition, from me
Mhm.
doing it over and over and over and over again. It didn't come overnight. It's just me doing it over and over again, and then also tying into the insights that you talk about.
Mhm.
The I look back at my podcast, and I can only relate this to podcasts because I'm not an artist, but I look back at my podcast and I see what worked, what didn't
Mhm.
work, because a lot of times you have people who are listening to you, but they may not like everything that you have to say. So, okay, what can we do better to bring those people, to keep those people on the platform? So you'll
Mhm.
see this tomorrow's actually your interview is going to
Right.
be a pivot for me, because
Mhm.
now you're going to be on the show tomorrow, but I'm doing it a little bit different. We're going to do hot topics. We're going to have an actual conversation about a topic, which is tomorrow's show is going to be, did I date your representative? But then the second part is going to be where the Joker comes on, and that's going to be the interview. Because what I found is that the attention span for many of us is very, very short. You have a short window to
Mhm.
keep a person's
Mhm.
attention span, and we don't like to listen to the same thing over and over again. So I noticed that my the algorithm drops down a little bit. So what do I do about that? I'm pivoting. I'm
Mhm.
turning. Okay, let's try this, and
Right.
that's what we're doing. Like, I'm trying it. I'm not afraid to try different things, and I'm not afraid to go back to the drawing board and say, "Oh, this didn't work. Let me try this. That
Mhm.
worked. Okay, let me incorporate a little bit more salt and pepper. Let me add a little
Mm,
seasoning salt. Let me
mm,
give
that's
me
right.
that garlic butter. You know what I
That's
mean?"
right.
Like,
That's right. That's right. That's
don't be
right.
afraid.
You know what? One of my main mentors, my man Dorian, I love him. Group 182. Um, he made it very clear. He said, "Please don't get discouraged when those things happen because number one is they still subscribe. Okay, they might not tune in, but they still subscribe.
Yeah.
Um, when you, especially on the YouTube side, I don't, you know, I don't know if Dorian is involved with the app side of the thing. I never hear him talk about it at his classes. I never hear him talk about it on his thing, but I'm gonna ask him about it too one next time he's live again. Um, but he said, don't get discouraged on that because it's more to those people that's on the internet. Long as you keep doing what you're doing on all your other outlets, your other social media pages. You know what I mean? You got your niche when you know it's getting bigger and better every week. It might be different people every week, but that's what you want anyway. You know what I mean? And then eventually they want to stay. You know what I mean? Your podcast is in the motion of all different types of things that's made for different people. The Evening Rush Network is a collective of things that's going on, and it's like watching TV.
Yeah.
The concept is Roku, and now if the evening if the Evening Rush Network could get a Roku account and
We're on
get
Fire
involved with
Stick
that,
now.
that's going to really because that's like a TV channel.
Yeah, we're actually on Fire Stick now.
See what I'm saying? So now they can push that Fire Stick link. That Fire Stick link is also connected to cable television now. You know what I mean? Because if you go to your cable channel, like I can go to my cable channels now, and you can see all the channels, and they have an access channel that's made for people like us, that's owned by Byron Allen. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I'm gonna do a special show on that in the future. I may do something probably around the holidays, or maybe call it a Black Friday edition or something. Teach people that those can't them cable access channels is in full effect. Because I done watch a couple of them and seen independent movies, independent podcasts on them. There's so many small little channels that you think that just they might have some crazy on there that you don't like, but that's connected to the Fire Stick movement. I didn't know that. But I wanna learn more about that, and, and if, you guys on Fire Stick, he get a Roku, oh, it's just doors gonna be swinging open like crazy. You know, when I was talking to Diddy yesterday, he said he got a lot of things open the door for Revoke for stuff that I got going on. You know, he's been open some doors and stuff like that. A lot of people was involved, a lot of investors, from LL Cool J, to Jay Z, to he's teamed up with a lot of people, that's involved, and his platform gonna be made for what we got going on. And I told him about 514. I told him about my podcast. I told him what I'm connected with. He said he's gonna have a platform on Revoke. You know what I mean? Soon. So he said,
Mhm.
keep your eyes glued. What I got going on. I'm tuned in. What you got going on? And Didi might be listening right now because he said he's definitely gonna take time to especially in the morning. He said he always check a lot of things in the morning when he get his tea and his
Oh yeah, he's an
newspaper.
early
Yeah,
riser.
yeah. So
Diddy,
you know what I'm saying?
Diddy is
So,
himself. Just
yeah.
his like he's someone that's not afraid to go back to the drawing board, even tying into Revolt TV. Like
Hmm.
the Breakfast Club was on Revolt. There were a few shows on Revolt TV, but then Revolt, you know, a lot of those shows went off, and he's going back to the drawing board. At least in
Hmm.
my head, like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
in my
yeah.
head, he's not afraid to, try something different and
Hmm.
get out of the box. and
Yeah,
and that's what it's from that's what it's about for me. Just like, man, let me try this, let me see if this is gonna work. And okay, that worked,
yeah,
like that worked. And
yeah.
it's just going from there.
Going from there.
I'm tuned
So
into Diddy. I'm tuned into Diddy. I don't know about you guys, but I'm
yeah,
in
I'm
the
always
podcast tuned in. I
awesome.
watch a show that's underneath him. I'm not gonna say anything more.
Mhm. No doubt. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, this is what we got
But
going on.
that's on Spotify. I listen on Spotify.
And Spotify upping the game up too.
So I'm tuned
Um,
in on Spotify to
yeah,
Diddy.
yeah, Spotify got so many new characters. I've been studying that for a little bit. I'm gonna bring some more things to the table, hopefully this week on that Spotify. Spotify really is really in a bag right now. They showing out. You
You
know what I'm
know
saying?
what's
Yes.
so funny? It wasn't until I got to up on this platform with you. Spotify, I use Spotify for my podcast, but now you the one got me to listening to Spotify for my music. And I noticed that Spotify will, once you click on, like if I'm listening to the Joker's music, it'll
Mhm.
give me, after I'm done with your music, it'll give me more of that type of music in the playlist. So now
That's
I'm
your
listening to new
algorithms.
artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your algorithms.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm learning Spotify.
Mine, mine unfortunately keep going back to trust and BSF.
Because that's how
Even though
you.
I'm trying to veer
Yeah.
off a little bit
Yeah. Yeah.
from them, they keep bringing me back.
Back
And
to
I
them.
would just I would just in my insights on Spotify, and I was amazing. That I went on there, my insight, because it just said that I'm getting 30 plays a month on Spotify Radio. I click on Spotify Radio. Spotify Radio have over 50K different types of playlists. And I'm sprinkled around on a lot of them, but they said that I'm consistently, I think it's at 63% of my music is getting played on different Spotify radio. And then I went in there and it said I was at 30, averaging 30. This week it said that over 109 people on the played my music combined. Then I click on that and tell me what songs they're playing. You know what I mean? Number one song is Never Died. Number two is Loud Pack. Then it breaks down what channel's playing, and then they let you know who's playing it right now. It's crazy. I'm like,
Mm.
what? When you're on Spotify radio, you are you don't care about any other playlist, really. Yeah, I do, but you good because Spotify people, you know how many companies and how many organizations and these companies listen to music in the corporate world that listens to Spotify radio.
Mm.
I think that's one of the reasons how Diddy got to hear. something because he probably got a Spotify channel that's made for
Oh,
his enjoyment only. Because he probably used this as his professional account to listen to music to see what's going on, what's hot out there, as far as him knowing what's going on. So and that's possible. What happened,
yeah.
and then
Buffalo
they
is
then,
up and
then when they
coming
click on it,
too.
they click on my name. That's why it's important to put your social media connected to your Spotify artist. They can go to my email. They can follow me on Instagram. They can follow me on my music page on Facebook. They can follow me if I have a Twitter. They can follow me on LinkedIn if I have my LinkedIn account in there. All that, everything, Twitch, everything.
Please say that again. I'm glad you said that because it drives me crazy when I hear an artist music and I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, so who is this artist? So me, I'm instantly going to YouTube because most artists have a YouTube page. Can't find them there. Then I'm like, okay, well, let me try Instagram. Can't find them there. It's like, how do you expect a person to find you if so I didn't even know that you can do that on Spotify. So thank you for letting me know that
Yeah.
because that is so frustrating to hear good music and not know how to even get in contact with the artist. And I've
That
heard some good stuff out there, and it's like,
and if artists don't know how to do that, I'm gonna break it down to you real quick. Go to whatever distribution company you're using. Go to your distribution account. They have slots in there for your Twitter, your IG, your YouTube, your SoundCloud. Anything that you're using, put those links in there. So when they go on Apple, Spotify, and click on your name and want to know who you are, they can click on your social media through your Spotify, through your title, through your Amazon Music, through your app, all across the board. You know what I mean? And I believe and I feel in my heart that's how Diddy found me on Spotify because I'm on the Spotify radio. And inside Spotify radio is 50K different playlists that they use for radio only. That's why it's called Spotify Radio. But then you got your regular playlists and other people got playlists too. But when you on them playlists, I don't care whoever outside don't put me on their playlist because when you on Spotify, that's big. That's big. That's millions of people just on that platform. Not even counting the other playlists. You know what I mean? I think it's listeners they had on there. It had to be. I think I seen a number. I think it was 7.3 million listeners
mm,
just in the Spotify radio app. So that's big. That's big. You know, no doubt, no doubt. Only thing I got on fire topics today is Will Smith. They finally letting Will Smith do his biopic. It's in production as we speak. Ever since the slap, they Lionsgate and and also who also behind it also is Tyler Perry. And they're doing his biopic is in production. So salute to that. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome!
a
They
biopic,
Awesome!
Will Smith biopic. I didn't know about
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Oh
they
wow.
was gonna start the production that week of the slap, but they postponed it to see what's going on with that. But they back in production. So they're doing a biopic on his life, him and Jazzy Jeff, and it's in
Mm,
motion as we speak. So I'm glad that they're apologize. They accepted his apology. I'm glad that they're just passed over. He made a mistake. Now he's back at work. And they said that even prior to that slap, um, also gave him a raise on his reruns of Fresh Prince. So now he's making uh close to $1 million an episode rerun now. So they
wow.
predicted him by the end of 2003 he'd be a billionaire. So so
Mm,
salute to Will Smith and he made a mistake, pass over, you still a good dude. You know, Chris Rock is not gonna forgive you. God did. And now, move on with your life. You
yeah.
and your marriage is getting better. And you always have relation with your kids, and they always got your support in your back. So that thank God for the kids supporting him. His kids is supporting what he got going on, and now it's time. And also that his son. his oldest son is playing as him on the biopic. So the
Oh
same young
wow.
boy that played on
I'm gonna have to
played on
read up on that. I
Two and a
didn't
Half
even.
Men. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's
playing
what's
as his
up.
father on the biopic. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up.
yeah, the life story of the Fresh Prince. So they in production right now, and
That
they
should
said
be
hopefully the
interesting.
movie will be done by the summer of 2023, and hopefully they can release it next year Thanksgiving. I don't know what platform. I don't know if it's going to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's going to be in the movie theaters. I don't know if he got a contract with BET Plus because of Tyler Perry's involved. So we don't know that far yet, but he's in production. So
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah, yeah,
That's what's
that's
up.
cool. You know,
That
yeah,
I would go see that. I would
yeah,
definitely go see the, or at least tune in to it.
yeah. In this biopic season, I was just in my movie insight of all the biopics that's in production. The Tribe Quest, Dave Chappelle behind that. L Cool
Mm,
J's production just ended. Todd Smith's story of LL Cool J, and they're saving that for 2023. Hip hop is 50 years old, August 11th. And I believe that L Cool J, I don't know if he gonna have the biopic trailer release on that day or the movie of his
mm.
life, and everything. I'm looking forward to that. And those who don't know with the Super Bowl situation, with Rihanna doing the halftime show, um, it's another small little rumor going around. And I also predicted it before my people told me. L Cool J gonna be the halftime show next year for the Super Bowl. Yeah, 50th
That's a,
anniversary, L Cool J and Friends,
oh
50th
wow.
anniversary of hip hop, 50 years old. Why not? It fits.
Wow. That'd be crazy if he come
Yeah,
out. That'd be
yeah, it
crazy.
fits. And I
I
also
think that's awesome.
and I predicted the 2025 Super Bowl. I predicted that halftime show. I'm gonna say it live today, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Drake.
Drake.
It's gonna be Drake. That's my
Okay.
prediction. Drake
Okay.
gonna
Mm,
do the halftime show for the
great
2000.
2025.
working.
Yeah, so in this day on the
Great work.
radio, it's recorded at 514 Online Mix. That's my prediction. You know what I'm saying? And in my prediction the year after that, I'm gonna predict another one. It's gonna be my home girl, Nicki Minaj or Lizzo.
Mm,
Yeah, you know,
Mm.
mm.
hip hop, urban music taking over the Super Bowl for the next 10 Super Bowls. Believe that. We here. You know,
Definitely gonna be
uh,
different.
it's gonna be
Definitely
a
gonna
different
be different
movement.
with Jay
Because
Z. You
the
know,
rock
the
genre is
culture.
slowed down a lot. So it's like in the country genre, it's not really pumping it like it is. Um, they're gonna have to collab with the culture of what we come from. So that's what it look like
You know
right now.
what would be interesting also if they had a K-pop artist up there.
I think that's coming. That's definitely coming because the K-pop is MTV got that market.
You know, I haven't watched that, and my kids listen to K-pop. My nieces, and I got a lot of family that, and even I'll listen to some
Yeah,
K-pop because it's for me. A lot of it sounds like a mixture of hip hop and pop. Like
hip
they
hop and pop.
created,
That,
yeah,
that that 90s club. Look at the late 80s and 90s club music type sound.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of the influence. You know,
Yeah,
I can
definitely. I
see a
love it.
lot of
I
the
love it. Yeah,
influence.
MTV got that market on smash. That
Wow, get
K-pop.
out of here.
If you an artist and you want to collab with a genre, K-pop is what it is. You
Yeah.
got to dip in, get in where you fit in. Because I know, Drake last album, he got that K-pop sound a little bit on a couple of his tracks that I heard, and I see that also Missy Elliott is also dipping in that too, and she's a writer for a couple of K-pop groups too. So her and
Yeah.
what's the other writer? One of my favorite writers, Carol, Cheryl Dennis. She was an amazing artist in the 80s and the 90s, but she's a writer too. She writes for a lot of people, from Britney Spears to Justin Timberlake to her, Christina Aguilera. She's an amazing artist, and her and Missy Elliott is real good friends. And they definitely right their behinds off right in the culture right now, and they definitely doing their thing. And the people be sleeping on Cheryl Dennis, man. She's a good writer, amazing. But so yeah, things is switching over in the game and just with this genre of music. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So that's the only thing I got on the hot topics
90 seconds.
right now. So what you got anything real quick for you want to get off, V Green?
Go
Thank you for
Bills. That's
using
all
Blog
I
Talk
can.
Radio.
Go
Goodbye.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, the Buffalo
Yeah, you
game.
can't
Yeah, we
you
definitely
can't hold a good team down for long. We
that's
got our
that.
I seen Josh out there. I'm like, he like, if y'all don't get it together, this is what I'm saying in my head. He telling, and then he got the point and like, get it together. Then I
Hmm.
don't know. Like at first, to me it seems like we have to remain synchronized. The
Right.
Buffalo Bills just remain synchronized. I
Hmm.
know we got some young people on this team. Y'all want to go out when you go to these new cities. Buffalo is a very, very small city, so you don't get to see a lot. So when you go out of town, you want to party and stuff, man. Do that after the season,
Yeah,
okay? Do
that's
it
right.
after the season. You got
That's
so
right.
much time,
Yeah,
man.
definitely. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I can't wait. We have some injury problems with the Bills, but we're gonna get ourselves together. I think a couple of them coming back next week. I seen today that Trey White might be back next game, so that help out on the defense too. So his premiere back on the team. I think they should wait to bring him back. I think they should wait bring him back when we play the Chiefs. You know,
What do you, what
I
do you
think we
think
should bring him
about the
back.
doctor that they fired?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about the doctor that they fired and the as and the official that fired too, right? With the
Yeah,
Trey,
so they're
with
trying
the
to
Chewy.
yeah, they're trying to say that he cleared the player before time.
Yeah,
So you can see the injury he had. Was it the game with the Bills? I believe he had the
yeah,
injury.
yeah,
He sustained the injury, and then 4 days later, he was back out on the field. And they're trying to say that the doctor should never have cleared him.
yeah. His
All,
was real
all I
bad.
can
It was real
say,
bad concussion.
everyone that is listening, is do your due diligence. Don't jump to conclusions. There's always something.
Yeah,
There's always something to it. It is not. It took more than just that doctor to clear him. That's
yeah,
all I'm
yeah.
gonna say.
I seen that in my insights in my email for media, and but they gave me the thumbs down to talk about it because they got 4 different stories that they
It's so
posted up. They don't know which
controversial.
one is official. And they was like, we could talk about it, but it was like, it's really pulling teeth because even TMZ can't even get it right. They can't even get it right. What's going on? What's the
Goes back
official
to saying
story? The sports report, Bleacher Report, they said the same thing. What's really going on? Why did he get fired?
exactly.
What's going on with the NFL? Is the NFL getting sued? It's like so many things going on in that situation that I don't know what's going on. Somebody
Think
needs
about
to,
it, bro.
yeah.
Think,
See, even
think
CNN
about it.
leaving it alone. CNN was like, "We not gonna touch that. We just whatever's on social media. They pretty much saying it is what it is, but it's not.
Because at the
'Cause
end of the day, it is there's so many, there's layers.
Mhm.
There's layers in the hierarchy of people who can make decisions. At
Right.
the end of the day, they're trying to, and this is just my opinion. This is not the opinion of IBP Media or 514 Online. This is just my opinion.
Mhm.
There's a layers to everything. There's a boss for a boss for a boss for a boss. One doctor is not going to start or stop a show.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Even
Right.
even the player, you have players out there who have all of this money, and it's dependent, the money that they're getting is dependent on them being able to play.
Mhm.
If it's a matter of you going broke and having to struggle, and possibly going out there and making, boom coon dollars, millions of dollars, you're
Mm.
coming from the struggle,
Mhm.
chances are you gonna go and push the limit. You
Right.
are gonna push, and not saying that that's what he did, but
Right.
when we're hearing these stories, you really have to do your due diligence, use common sense, and think beyond what it is that what the media is telling you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And you know, and I'm glad you pointed that out like that, man, because it's just a hot mess. I'm prayers for Tua to get healthy, get better. He's our competition out the fit in our division. We need that. We need him. He's an amazing quarterback, good spirits. I'm just praying for him to get better, man. Hope he
Yeah.
don't do no injuries to where he got to be messed up for the rest of his life. So I'm putting that in God's
Him
hand
and his
to go
family.
ahead and heal that brother and really, and put some grace and some love into his family to deal with this because you know, that was really unnecessary. It wasn't professional, and shout out to the Bills Mafia putting money in his charity and all that good stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
I
We good
heard that
people
this
like that.
morning
So
too.
yeah,
Mhm.
oh, no doubt. Any more last words? Ecstasy Snow Bunny in the building.
No,
Okay.
thank you for what you
Yeah,
guys do.
yeah.
I'm gonna try to work while I try to get everything settled
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
And
You got it.
I'm
You
still
definitely got
speaking through music.
it. What's up?
So
Yes,
that's
no
all
doubt.
I can really say. I'm just gonna speak through music.
I was reading an article this weekend, and if I find it again, I'll send it to you. So music therapy actually jumped up during COVID because it went virtual. Now, of course, there's some pros and cons to that, but music therapy, they're trying to push for more insurances to pay for that because I use music therapy a lot. I was using music therapy this morning. It helps me. They say music is, it helps ground the soul. It does. So, I'm a huge proponent for music therapy. Some of
Music
us,
therapy and music marketing go along with each other too.
Yeah,
hmm
no doubt.
hmm
It's an outlet, and it's a
it
learning
is.
process, and it's an outlet too. It's an outlet first. You know what I mean? That's why I do things I do. It's an outlet first. You know what I mean? And these things, and plus I love helping people as much as I'm helping myself. So, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So, for that note right there of the
yeah,
words of V Green, be blessed and be good today on purpose.
on purpose.
On purpose.
Love you
You know,
guys.
and we'll see y'all in the morning. We'll be
Yeah.
back here on the radio side and podcast side on 514 online mix.